am Joe from iteachapple.org, and I am so glad that you are still motivated to learn more about the fantastic interactive multimedia software tool HyperStudio 5. I hope you are watching these videos in order so you don't miss a thing. So far, we have learned about many of HyperStudio's features, including the art and animation tools. We have recently learned how to draw a fish, make the fins and the tails move, and watch the fish swim back and forth. Today, as promised, we will complete the aquarium. There is much to do, so I will skip the usual routines and get right to it. First, let's set the scene. Okay, as you can see, I've been busy. Let's click the button here, go fishing. You'll see I added another fish. They swim back and forth happily, and sometimes they go in front of the seaweed and sometimes they go behind it. Now I need to make a comment about the background. This is very important. I probably should have waited to put it in here, but I can tell you what I've done. Adding the background color should be the last thing you do in creating this aquarium. The reason is you can see I used the gradient, so it's kind of a darker green. It's kind of a green at the top and kind of a dark blue at the bottom. So if you go into this and start drawing new things or something like that, and you've got a gradient background, you make a mistake, you have to erase something, you've messed up your background, and it's really hard to fix it. So if you find yourself in a situation where you already have the background and you want to add another fish or something else, just add a new card, go up and hit the plus sign, add a card, create your object, and then copy and paste it into your stack that way. Now there's another thing that you might notice here. I pressed the button, go fishing, and two fish started swimming at the same time. How did I do that? Good question. So let's take a look. Go into edit mode, and this is my main button that says go fish, and it activates the first fish we created. But then I created another one, and I made an invisible button on it. And I go to play animation. I do all the things, create this like I would a regular button. But then on here, and I'm going to show you how I do this. We'll do it together. But on the main button, if I click on this, you can see play animation. There's something else here. It's called more button actions. And that's really where the programming in HyperStudio comes in. You don't need to be a programmer to program HyperStudio. You just need to know the tools and things. So that's what this is. No scripting language or anything, but when you go into more button actions, it gives you a whole list of things that you can do. And some of them are pretty complex, but it's pretty awesome too. So what I've done here is I've gone to something called Sequencer. I go to Sequencer, then we can see that I checked next to the purple fish, and you'll look, when you go to the Sequencer, it will show you all the graphic objects on your stack or any buttons that you have, and it'll push all the buttons at the same time. So let's do this. What I want to do now, and also I want to show you something here about this cave. This is really cool. So I'm going to create another fish, only I'm going to be lazy this time. I'm going to use the library to for my objects. So now we're going to add a lobster. So let's add a new button, and it's eventually going to be invisible, but I'll wait so we don't lose it. Click OK, OK. Put the button down here. Get the inspector up, play animation, and we're going to go into the library. So we go play a movie or GIF file. And this is the library. And I'm going to go into the search field. I'm going to type in lobster. It's the fastest way to find it. And there it is. Double click on it. And here's our lobster. So I'm going to start the lobster over here off the screen. And I click the button. And he moves around. He's walking through here. I'm going to have him go down there and stop. So looking at our inspector, animation options, we want non-stop. So go back and forth. Don't want to show the first frame, although in this case it wouldn't matter because it's off the screen. Go to path options, and I'm going to tell it to turn around. Go to the other side, and it needs to flip this way. See if that's what we want. Okay, so what we want here is we want the lobster to go under all. Okay, so let's preview that. And I'll just click on the button here. So there's the lobster walking along. Now hopefully he's going to go into his cave here. Yep, there he goes. And he should turn around and come out. I guess I could have made the cave start halfway in there. It would have been a little more interesting. So let's stop this. And on this button here, this is the lobster. We definitely want to label what it is, because when you have a lot of animations on one page, it's easy to lose track of what's what. So this is lobster. Go to actions, go to play animation, which is already done. All right, in order to link this lobster button with the other buttons, we click on the Go Fish button, because that's the main one. Double click on it, and go to Actions and more button actions, and back to the sequencer basically. And so here you see there's a lobster that wasn't there before. So we just check the lobster button and click OK, and that should do it. Oh, but while we're at it, let's double click on the lobster button, go to Appearance, make it invisible, uncheck Show Name and Highlight. And now we're done. Alright, so go up, click on Browse Mode, and then click Go Fishing. And there it is. All three things swimming at the same time. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. Please practice, try different things, go into the library, and especially like the video library where there's all the different animations that are built in, and just try to create different scenarios, different things. But I look forward to our next episode. See you then. Bye.